country in the world, and it is worth fighting for. It is worth bleeding for, and if it takes it, it's worth dying for the greatest country that this world has ever seen.
All right. What's going on, America? Chaos in the streets of Chicago on the first day of the DNC. Who would have thought that the party of Anarchy would actually experience anarchy at their convention? The Demoncrats, yes, the Demoncrats, because that's what they are all a bunch of liars. And I will say that the overall feel of yesterday was just off. Not only are we going to spare you the 8 to 10 hours that you would have had to endure watching the horrific lies, the debauchery, the sin that took place at the first day of the DNC, we're going to show you the highlights of such things. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a warning to you. Communism, with a K for Kamala, is coming. Communism is on the brink of taking over America. And we have about 77 days to stop it. So the question is, are you going to fight? Are you going to do what you need to do to fight back against this evil? And the first step of that is for you to hit the like button on this video. The more you hit the like button, the more people see the truth. That's how the algorithm works. If this is your first time, make sure to hit that follow button. And of course, blow the chat up right now. Do you believe that Kamala Harris is an evil communist wanting to destroy America? Comment yes or no in the chat right now. Let's go even a little further. Do you believe that everyone who attended the DNC is a radical communist that wants to destroy America? Comment yes or no in the chat. Let's blow this thing up out of the water. We have so much to talk about today, but first, let's introduce everybody that's on the show in the studio today. Not a communist, even though he's from Oregon and a COVID survivor, not Mexican cartel. Tony is here.
See, that's why I can't make any shirts, because the name just keeps growing. So
Hey man, I did not mess up a word that time.
Did.
All right, everybody, producer Royce is here.
What up, what up?
There you go. That's perfect. See,
I did a thing, guys. I did a thing.
And of course, everybody's favorite redneck, Hot Seat Todd.
Good morning, everybody. Like to report a crime and having to watch that last night.
And of course, I'm your host, Graham Allen. All right, let's go ahead and get business out of the way first. Let's go ahead and give a shout out to our sponsor at Patriot Mobile. Ladies and gentlemen, we need you to put down your communist phone and go and support a Christian cell phone organization, and that is Patriot Mobile. You can go to patriotmobile.com/Graham. Right now, the promo code Graham at checkout is going to get you a free month with Patriot Mobile. Not only are they cheaper, not only are they Christian, not only are they better. They have this amazing technology called Patriot Mobile One with dual towers. So if you go somewhere and AT&T is sucking, you can transfer to Verizon and vice versa. You can get a new phone, a new number, keep your phone, keep your old number. And also, again, join me, Dana Lash, Dan Bongino, Charlie Kirk, Glenn Beck, Sebastian Gorka, Steve Bannon, and the list goes on and on. We've made the switch. Now it's time for you to do the same. Go to patriotmobile.com/Graham. Promo code Graham gets you a free month. So what are you waiting for? The answer is absolutely nothing. Go right now to patriotmobile.com/Graham, patriotmobile.com/Graham, promo code Graham. All right. Initial thoughts from last night before we talk. And I don't want to go too far deep into it. And comment in the chat if you agree with this statement. There was something off the entire time for me. And what I mean by that is it felt very divided. It did not feel like people were really actually happy to be there. It felt very much like it was mandatory. It's like the old military, like mandatory, like fun family days or fun days or whatever. You know, it's like, we're going to be a family. Everybody do this. And, you know, it just something felt off the entire night. There were noticeable people that were not there, that refused to show up. There was something off. Comment below. Did you guys feel this too? Those of you who watched it, yes or no? Was something off to you about the night? Maybe it was just the evil that was in that room. Last night was the biggest gathering of arguably the most evil people in our country. I mean, there was not a single mention of God. I didn't see a single American flag in the entire place. I truly believe that in that convention center last night were the most evil people in our society. I do. I believe that to be 100% true. If you agree with that statement, comment yes or no in the chat. But we got a lot of things to go on. Real quick, let's start off on a light note. Apparently, TikTok has a new viral trend since it's come out that Kamala Harris is a raging alcoholic. And it's simply titled The Drunk Kamala. Let's play this.
You think you just fell out of a coconut tree? You exist in the context of all in which you live and what came before you.
That's it. You just take clips of things that Kamala Harris has said. You look absolutely intoxicated. You think you fell out of a coconut tree? Anyway.
Doing that in the pool today.
All right, so let's get into some Trump news really quick. This was breaking yesterday. Donald Trump says he would offer Elon Musk a cabinet or advisory role when, it says if he wins, when he wins the presidency. If you would like to see this, comment yes or no in the chat. Would you like Elon in the cabinet or an advisory role to President Trump? Comment yes or no.
The correct
rest
answer is
assured, Elon Musk responds with an AI image of himself, basically saying Department of Government Efficiency. And he also said, I am willing to serve. Elon Musk says, I'm in, baby. Trump, when you win, put me in the cabinet. Secretary of Government Energy Efficiency, Elon Musk. Can you imagine what a world we live in today? Who would have ever thought 4 years ago that Elon Musk would be like, yeah, I'll be in the White House. Let's do this thing. You know, like, I mean, it says Doge. I love that.
I love how he's still pushing Doge. I think it's hilarious.
Dude, at this point, how can you doubt Elon? It's going to turn into a big thing. Like,
it probably will, yeah.
I ain't buying it, but okay.
It's going to be a big thing. Todd, you were the same person who was like, Bitcoin. So,
man, I don't trust money that I can't.
Todd is the guy that when the iPhone came out, he was like, Graham, there's no buttons on it. Like, it's the dumbest thing you could possibly do. Anyway, so basically,
I had my razor, baby.
When it comes to any type of revolutionary technology or money schemes, whatever Todd tells you, do the opposite. Do the opposite of that thing, and you will be a billionaire. Either way. All right. Kamala Harris officially declines the September 4th debate on Fox News with Donald Trump. Go figure. So Donald Trump's going to turn it into a, basically like a Q&A for himself, a town hall. Comrade Kamala Harris has just informed us that she will not do the Fox News debate on September 4th. I'm not surprised by this development because I feel that she knows it is very difficult at best for her to defend her record setting, flip-flopping on absolutely everything she once believed in, including her statements that there will be no fracking in Pennsylvania and her horrible performance on the border or on the border, our borders are, where millions of criminals and people from mental institutions and terrorists have been allowed to pour into our country totally unchecked and unvetted. It's called, and she loves it, an open border. Rather than the debate on September 4th, I have agreed to do a teletown hall. Oh, so he's just going to call in. Anchored by Sean Hannity for Fox. It will take place in the great Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. Why would it be in Pennsylvania if they're going to do a teletown hall? Doesn't. Okay, either way, Donald Trump's going to do a town hall. This leads me to, and we can go ahead and talk about this. This leads me to, at this point, I think, there still could be fireworks tonight, but after I saw everything that I saw, let's just assume it's, Kamala Harris is going to be the nominee. She declines the September 4th debate. They agreed to 3. Kamala Harris just declined 1. Okay. They've agreed to 2. 1 happens before the sentencing on September 18th for Donald Trump. in which, and I talked about this on the Quartering last night, which everybody should go make sure to check out. The Quartering, fantastic show. I had a good time. If you watch that, comment yes or no in the chat. I think that President Trump does not go to jail. I think that he gets put on house arrest. That's what I think. And therefore, there will only be one debate. And whether Kamala barely survives or she gets throttled, it's not going to matter, because then the last 60 days of the debate, 55 days, not the debate, the last 60 to 55 days of the campaign, Donald Trump can't go do rallies, and then he can't come to the final debate, and Kamala Harris turns it into a town hall for herself as the lasting image on a social media campaign. That I think that's the goal, and I think that's what they want to do. Also, I believe that Joe Biden will step down in October. I believe that. This is another thing here, okay? Let's say Donald Trump doesn't go to jail, all right? He skull drags her in the September 10th debate. She's going to need a bump. Somehow, some way in the polls, she's going to need a bump. How do you do that? Joe Biden steps down, and in October, freaking 30 days before, I'd do it 2 weeks before, Kamala Harris becomes the 47th president of the United States, gets Secret Service for the rest of her life, and the entire news cycle is all about her becoming president, rolling into actual election day. Those are my
I have been hearing
there.
a lot of same kind of thing, but with the article 25, that they're planning on removing Joe because of all the stuff that's coming out with his family about the inquiries that they did about possibly impeaching him. And if they do remove him, then that opens up the door for her to come in as president and take over the stuff that he did and campaign with the whole, we're going to revamp the whole White House and do things my way now.
I don't even think they go to the 25th Amendment route. I think he will step down due to medical reasons. That's what I think. I think.
But is it going to be medical reasons, or is he going to be pushed out and
now
told,
that I don't know. Like they could be threatening him next. Hey, we're going to 25th Amendment you, and your entire family is going to burn in prison unless now you have medical reasons that you can't finish.
The only reason he steps down is if Kamala agrees to pardon Hunter. That's the only way he steps down.
I want to know, okay, so about this debate thing, if Trump does get put on house arrest, what is the likelihood of them just doing a debate at Mar-a-Lago and Kamala goes to Mar-a-Lago?
No.
Imagine though.
She would never do that.
Negative 1,000. Negative 1,000.
That would be that'd be kind of interesting.
It's never going to happen. All right, let's go to the Chicago residents. This is going to lead us up into the next section, which is the chaos that is taking place in Chicago during this. All right, let's just listen to what some Chicago residents have to say here, where they're explaining the migrant crisis. Let's play it.
Tell me what's going on with the migrant crisis here in Chicago.
So I will tell you right now, I'm a person that lives on the south side of Chicago, and the migrants that have come in, at one point they were coming in and we were feeling very sorry for them because they came in at a time where the weather was cold. So we're seeing all these people in tents and all this and that. But then we find out that they're getting $15,000 in food stamps, $5,000 in cash. I work for a company, which I will not say, that they're able to come in and they're able to get internet and Wi-Fi and all of this for free because guess what? The government are paying their rent for 2 years. Why is the government paying people that came from another country rent for 2 years? Can we explain that? Because it's a housing crisis right now with multiple homeless people on the streets right now that I could follow and show you homeless people that's been living on the streets. So what makes the migrants better from coming to another country that they get all of this? You know why? I'm going to say why. Because we're about to have another presidential election. So if we make these migrants Democratic and we give them the right to vote and we give them all of these things, they're going to vote. And then, boom.
This chick knows what's
Trump
up.
supporter, by
Preach
the way.
it, sister.
All right,
Preach
show
it.
over.
Wow. Show is over.
Yep.
chick from the south side of Chicago throwing it down. Dang. Wow. All right. There you go. So that's the temperature of people in Chicago. But before we get into just the anarchy that took place yesterday, let's get into our friends over at Silent. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Silent has this amazing technology. They've got these sleeves here, these Faraday sleeves. And it really is this cool technology. You open it up. You put your phone in here like so, and then when you do it, it blocks out all geo-tracking. It blocks out any Wi-Fi, any cellular signal across the board. We all know that they're watching us. We all know they're tracking us. We all know they're listening to us. Facebook, Instagram, all these things are listening to what we do. That's why when you talk about, oh, I need a new pair of Ray-Bans, the next thing you know, there's a sponsored ad. They're tracking everything you do. This is the closest thing to being invisible to Big Brother that is watching us that you possibly can be, especially when you go home. A lot of people are like, why would I do this? Well, a lot of people just close their laptops down. They don't even turn their laptops off anymore, and even turning it off doesn't stop it. This is how you stop it. You go to silent.com. That's slnt.com/Graham to save 15% plus free shipping on qualifying orders. Stay ahead of what's coming and secure your privacy today. Again, they've got more than just sleeves. They've got backpacks. They've got fanny packs. They've got all kinds of stuff to keep your essential data private like it's supposed to be. Go to slnt.com/Graham. That's slnt.com/Graham. Promo code Graham gets you 15% off. Go now. All right. So there was absolute anarchy in the streets. We showed you yesterday that Palestinian protesters, they just hate everybody. That's where I'm at now. Like, if there's one thing that unites Democrats and Republicans together, it's that pro-Palestinian supporters hate us both. That's what I've learned. We showed you yesterday the cops lining up, and for good reasons. They tried to put fencing up, but that does not work. So here is some of the swarming going on during the DNC convention. Let's play. If you're a cop, that's not intimidating at all.
One person's like 1,000, one for every 1,000.
All right, so this was them leading up to that. All right, let's go to Savannah Hernandez, who does a great job with Turning Point USA on front lines. All right, so let's play her clip right here.
All right, y'all, this is Savannah Hernandez in front of the United Center for the DNC. And as you guys can see behind me, we've got quite a few protesters, and the police have now arrived. Now, they broke through this first barricade, and they were trying to break through the second one that's right behind me. So now police have arrived. There's quite a deep presence. Again, this is day one of the DNC. This is what it looks like on the ground. They've been marching all day since noon. They started in Union Park, and they now have made their way to the front of the United Center.
Can you go to where they're looking at the police? Because I have a question. I want the chat to answer this. So rewind it a little bit to where you can see the police standing in front of them. Keep going. Keep going. Oh.
I have a question also. When you
right there. All right. Go ahead, Tony.
How many of these protesters do we think, or do you think, that they actually know what they're protesting about? Because I heard a report today that the Israel forces found 6 more bodies of the original hostages that Hamas had taken. They found them dead somewhere in a cave. How many of these protesters know?
It's 5%. Just the cool. It's the cool thing to hate Israel right now. It's the cool
5%.
thing. My question is this: Savannah says that this is past the first barricade. So I believe we have footage of them going through the first barricade. But real quick, so here you go. So this is them, and we'll come back to the image we just said. Play this real quick. So this is them getting through the first fence, and they're going to start coming through the first fence here in a minute. All right, now go back to Savannah. So they get through the first fence. Now go back to the Savannah. Okay, now this is them inside the secondary fence. And this is where the police show up. Here's my question for anyone who's in law enforcement, for anyone who has a family member in law enforcement. Why are you not tasing and gassing all of these people right now? They just broke through the first gate. Literally,
where's the water sprayer thingy?
And now you're just standing there. Where's the fire department with the hoses just unleashing on these people? At what point are the police allowed to do anything? Please comment in the chat. I mean, am I crazy for this? If you have barricades put up, now naturally you have more than one barricade. But if a mob breaks through the first barricade, is the next escalation of force to just stand in a straight line in front of the next fence? Like I don't understand. Like, you would think that would be, hey, sir, they just broke through the first fence. Gas them. You would think that would be the next thing. Like, it's weird.
Can I say something, Greg?
Yeah.
I saw the same thing happen in Oregon with all the riots in Oregon and whatnot. And the reason why they didn't do anything to those people that were rioting and burning down businesses was because they didn't want to be held responsible for hurting all the rioters because it would look bad on the news. That's literally what our police officers were telling us.
Dude,
They would tell them, do not engage them no matter what, just unless they're hurting somebody. But if they're burning down buildings and destroying cars, do not do a thing.
Well, my question is who are they voting for?
What? Who?
Those
what are you
people.
talking about?
Who are those
Probably
people
no one.
voting for?
Probably nobody.
I mean, like, they hate both of us. I mean, so it's insanity.
All right. What's the next one?
Every one of those folks needs to go to that vasectomy bus. Every one of them.
Yeah.
All right. This is, I haven't seen this one. Play this one. What is this one? Oh, there's the riot gear. Finally.
There we go.
What did they say? Dude, pause. That sounds like the Mummy when they're all going Imhotep, Imhotep, kind of thing. All right, keep playing it. Let's finish this one out. It's only a couple more seconds. Let's just see. Oh, there we go. You're messed up now, homeboy. Cacao. See, look here. And a lot of people would get upset when they scuffled there. If that dude took that baton and pa-pa, just like that, people would be like, oh my gosh. At what point are you supposed to use the baton? What? Only when they draw blood first and have you in a chokehold, then you can pull that baton out and whoop somebody.
That's why
all I'm saying is that one's all right. To me, the most shocking one is the one of Savannah because they've broken through the gate. And there's more than a couple people that have now broke through the other gate. And the police are just standing there instead of, like I said, look, they don't have body armor. They ain't got riot gear, nothing. They're just like, goal line defense, I guess.
Paul Blart Mall Cop, the one in the middle right there.
I mean, they're not scared of the police. They're not intimidated by them.
I mean, the police are probably crapping their pants, though, for being honest.
No, they're not.
Crap, we can't do anything. And
We're doing
it
it the wrong way is what it is. We're putting the police officers out there instead of hiring mercenaries and throwing them out there and just pop one off and, okay, anybody else want to come through the line?
Yeah. All right. But we do have some more footage of what it actually looked like at the riots or at the chaos. And so let's play that real quick. DNC convention all day, every day, baby. We want to thank our friends, our friends over there at Anchorman. Ron Burgundy. We want to thank everybody for their groundbreaking journalism and truly putting their lives on the line for us as Americans. All right, let's get into our last sponsor, and then, man, oh man, do we have a lot of stuff to talk about. This is where we remind you to hit that like button and hit that share button right now, because speaking of the Democrats wanting to ruin our lives, let's talk about the IRS and taxes. Do you owe them? Back taxes are a pain in the you-know-what. Pandemic relief is now over. Along with hiring thousands of new agents and field officers, the IRS has kicked off 2024 by sending over 5 million payout letters to those who have unfiled tax returns or balances owed. Don't waive your rights and speak to these blood-sucking vampires by yourself. Go with Tax Network USA, a trusted tax relief firm that has saved over $1 billion in back taxes. Whether you owe 10 grand or 10 million, they can help you. Whether it's business or personal, they can help you. All you got to do is give them a call at 1-800-245-6000 or go to tnusa.com/Graham for a free consultation right now. That's 1-800-245-6000 or tnusa.com/Graham right now for a free consultation. Go do it right now. All right, here we go. Let me brace myself here, and I'm going to go ahead and give a warning. There's nothing about the next hour of this show that you're going to like. Every single thing that you're going to hear, especially from every speaker, is going to upset you. It is going to make you furious. It is going to make you just everything that you see. One, I got to give a shout out to Charlie. I have no clue how Charlie got credentials to go into the DNC. None whatsoever. But somehow Charlie Kirk got credentials to get in there. I don't think that I could do it. And I'm just being honest. Charlie has a resolve that I don't have. And what I mean by that is some of the things we're going to show you, if I had seen them, I truly believe that I would have chosen violence yesterday. And I mean, I really do. I'm just being honest. I don't think I could have done it. And anyway, but let's get into it here. First of all, this is the first thing we have. This was initial photos coming out of the DNC. Now, to be fully transparent, yes, it does fill up by the time the big time speakers come and speak there. Why are we showing this footage? Let's go, or this picture. Let's go to the RSBN shot. The reason we're showing this is we want to show that it is weird. Not this one, the other one, the RSBN one, where it's got the contrast of the two.
Side? Okay.
All right. Yes. The reason that RSBN put this up is because the bottom was the RNC the moment it started versus the top being the DNC the moment it started. That's why. That's the comparison there. I don't think any rational person thought that it was going to remain that empty for the entirety of the event, but it was a noticeable difference there. Anyway, all right, let's keep going. This is Jesse Waters talking about that very fact, that something is off. Remember I said at the top of the show, something just felt off about the whole thing. Jesse Waters does a really good thing here. So let's listen to what Jesse says about this stuff.
All fencing, ID checks.
So
They're keeping out the barbarians.
It's so racist, but they couldn't keep me out. I'm here, and this is probably the most boring scene I've ever seen in my entire life.
So excited.
Compared this to Milwaukee, everyone was excited.
It was fun.
This place is dead. This place, you could hear a pin drop. I don't know who these people are. This is like an actual...
All right, so the place is dead, okay? Let's go ahead and jump to Jesse's other thing really quick, and then we'll go to the seat here in a second. Jesse does a masterful takedown of why it feels dead, why things feel awkward and just doesn't feel right about this thing. Jesse Waters does a killer job right here. Let's play it.
Monday night is the worst speaking slot. And then they keep him as far away from Kamala Harris as possible because the guy is so toxic. And then he flies to California to go on vacation after his speech. So if this guy actually decided himself that he was leaving, then he wouldn't be doing this. He would be basking in Chicago all 4 days. He would be here holding court. He would be here in Chicago doing fundraisers for Kamala Harris. But none of that is true. And that's why you can't believe anything the Democrats tell you. Everything is a lie. There is no joy here. The only joy is that Joe's gone. That's it. His legacy is horrible. Everybody caught COVID and he caught a coup. And then there was a land war in Europe and inflation and an invasion. So this ridiculous flattery is so insulting to the American people that this guy should be on Mount Rushmore. It's created this huge credibility gap now in the Democrats. Like, no one believes in Kamala Harris 9.0. No one believes the economy's good. No one believes these polls are real. You're saying, oh, kumbaya, everybody loves each other. Jessica's talking about unity. The Obamas hate Biden. Biden hates the Obamas. He hates Pelosi. The Clintons hate everybody. 10,000 people are out in the street, the Democrats saying Kamala's a killer. And then all weekend, the press called Kamala an economic moron for price controls. This is not, as Biden would say, it's malarkey.
All right, amazing takedown, and that's true. Everybody hates everybody at the DNC, and even on the RNC side, we got some people that need to get kicked out. That is for sure. But like I said, when I was watching this stuff, something felt wrong, like to me, the entire time, and maybe it was the evil. And before I show you this next photo, I want it to be known I am no Joe Biden sympathizer by any means. Okay, but this man, what?
I was going to say, what did you feel? Because I know when I sat down to start watching this, the first 10 minutes of it, I was like, all right, well, we're watching it because it's part of the job. You know, we're gonna talk about this on the show. But after about 10 minutes, I got this overwhelming feeling of sitting in school again at a required assembly.
Yeah.
At a required assembly where the principal was talking and you just wanted to get out of there as fast as you could.
Well, not only that, there's a spirit behind all this, a demonic spirit, and you can feel it. You can watch any of the stuff that's going on, and you can say, God, this is criminal. This is evil.
I felt like I needed to go to church.
Yeah. I had to pray after watching this stuff.
If you believe that there was evil in that convention, comment yes or no in the chat right now. All right, this was Joe Biden's seat. Delaware delegate Joe Biden. Now, maybe there is a legitimate Delaware delegate named Joe Biden. I don't know. Maybe. I haven't researched it. Maybe. And I love how it's just taped to it as well. But that's not it, though. CNN and everybody starts ganging up on Joe Biden here. Let's go to the clip.
Wait. I want to ask about the rooster thing, though.
Oh, yeah. Royce discovered this.
I don't know what this is. Nobody in here does either. If you know in the comments why there's a chicken on the Delaware
why did the Democrat Party have a rooster? You know. I don't know. I have no idea.
No joke I can come up with that I can say right now.
Don't. Yep, there are jokes that can be said, but don't say them.
Yeah, the South Carolina Gamecocks.
There you go.
Either way, all right. This is CNN on Joe Biden. Let's play it. That's their name, the South Carolina Gamecocks. That's what they're called.
All right.
Don't buzz me. That is, Google it right now. That's their name.
Buzz me, sir.
All right, this is CNN on Biden here. Let's play this.
This is his moment tonight. It's his moment, Scott.
Biden is known in his career as being one of the best eulogy givers at funerals, and now they're making him come and give his own career.
He has files of every eulogy.
Yeah,
he's ever
and now they're making him give his own eulogy at this convention. I mean,
that's when it's best that you get to give your own.
Yeah, I guess. I am anxious to see how they handle it. It's a sticky wicket. I mean, he was bullied out of this race after 52 years of service to the Democratic Party, and it wasn't all about his age. He was unpopular. He was going to lose. It was Afghanistan. It was inflation. It was immigration. And now, and he had to be dragged out by the fingernails. I'm sorry. This is not, so he's not here in a happy moment, okay? I know that this yarn that's being spun in this hall that he was popular and selfless and handing on. No. It is the opposite, and everybody knows it, and yet the Democrats are engaging in this theater of looking into cameras and saying it. So it's not true.
This is his.
All right. So, I mean, they're literally making fun of the fact, he's here to give his own eulogy at his own funeral or whatever. This is another one that says it's a bittersweet moment, I guess, is what it is. The next thing we got here. Which one is this one?
Is it this one?
Well, I'm just going off the notes. It says bittersweet. Yes, it would be the one with bittersweet in the caption. Yes.
Oh, there it is. I was looking at the quote.
All right, let's play this.
The word that everybody is using to describe tonight is bittersweet. It's just bitter. The fact of the matter, I'm not saying Joe Biden is better, but, it's like you've been thrown out a window, and as you're falling, you go, gee, it's nice out here. No, he got thrown out of a window, and basically he was forced. There's going to be a lot of talk tonight about how generous it was of him and selfless of him. He was basically forced out by Nancy Pelosi and Barack Obama and Chuck Schumer and Hakeem Jeffries.
All right, pause. Okay, so now this is something that I, again, want to point out. They're 55 minutes from the DNC starting. The reason why people circulated the photos was this was live, the crowd, 55 minutes before it was supposed to kick off, like opening ceremony, if you will. You know what I'm saying? It's weird. And Chris Wallace, to his credit, by the way, in real life, Chris Wallace comes up to here on me. He's a very short man.
Graham's not tall.
And I'm not tall. And I mean, he's right here. Very fragile, very, very frail looking man. Either way, but here's the thing that's interesting to me. As Democrat voters, and this is why I ask you to hit that like button, hit that share button, because we want Democrats to see this. You just saw CNN acknowledge what we've been saying the whole time. This dude, it's like that scene in Step Brothers where he's burying him and he's like, but I'm still alive, and all that stuff. That's what happened to Joe Biden. And so if you're a Democrat and you voted for Joe Biden, the 14 million votes they say he got to win the delegates, are you not angry about this? Because they're acknowledging the fact, no, there's zero chance Joe Biden did this willingly. Yes, Tony.
What makes me upset and angry was, I've said it many times on the show, Biden is a fragile, old, senile man that has no business being the president. I mean, he's just old. You saw him yesterday after he gave a speech as he was walking off. But really upsets me is everybody on that stage was coming out saying, thank you, Joe. We love you, Joe, when they literally pushed him out.
Well, they're not allowed to say anything else.
I get it, but all these people are just flat out liars. They're two-faced liars that just want to choke them all. Every time they were saying something,
I'm just glad CNN's finally acknowledging what we already know. He sucks now. He sucked 50 years ago. He ain't done nothing for the country ever. So, it's not like Kamala's going to be any better because she's just going to be a Biden 2.0 plus communism.
Anyway, that's just my question. As Democrats, those that see this, because we got some one-star reviews, so I know you listen. Does it not bother you at all that now everyone's acknowledging the fact is Joe Biden didn't jump out on his own accord. He was forced out. And I'm telling you right now, if Donald Trump had Alzheimer's, okay, and it became blatantly apparent and we needed to switch out candidates, if we did not have an opportunity to even remotely listen to a debate or remotely listen to anybody cast a vote, I would be livid within the Republican Party. I would be livid. Absolutely. Whoa. What do you mean Nikki Haley is just the freaking nominee? What are you talking about? No, she's not. The Republicans would lose their minds.
Yep. And that's what they're doing here. And this is what scares me about this whole process is the Democratic Party is setting a precedence right now, whereas, all right, we're looking at the polls, we're watching the polls, and if we start sucking and losing, we'll just come up with something and change candidates mid-election. Yeah. And that's bad enough. But the worst part of it is eventually us, the American people, we don't have a say-so in anything. What are they going after next?
Well, not only that, and I said this on the Quartering yesterday, and shout out to the Quartering. Everybody should go check out that show. I said something similar, that the Democrats have forever changed the elections.
Yes.
And what they've done now is they've made it to where, as Republicans, we're never really going to know who we're actually running against. Mm-hmm. Because literally 90 days before the election, to Todd's point, they could just switch that person out. And now it's a whole new game. And so they have now set precedent for our elections are never going to be the same again. It used to be, this is the person, this is the person. Whether they're getting slaughtered in the polls or not, it didn't matter. But now they said, as long as you switch them out before the finalization of it on whatever their convention date is. It's totally changed the landscape of our elections and for the worse, but we got to move on. All right. Let's go straight to the gender neutral stuff. Here is the atmosphere of the type of people that we're dealing with. All right. First of all, women do not exist at the DNC. You've got a men's restroom and then a gender neutral restroom.
That's not the worst one, though.
Yeah,
that's because they don't know what a woman is.
How do women feel about this? How do you feel about being just completely written out? Like you now do not exist. So it's obviously still a man's world because men's restrooms in there, and then it's whatever the crap else you are. You're either, so now the Democrats have basically broken it up like this. There's 178,000 genders, but there's male, and then there's whatever the crap else. You can just be whatever else you want. But it doesn't get better. It gets far worse. Ladies and gentlemen, this is straight demonic. This is a gender neutral prayer room. Play it. There it is, gender neutral prayer room. And it's just prayer rugs. For what? What is that? Muslims? Is that what it is?
Not a Christian prayer room. Those are for Muslims because those are probably
What's on the what is that?
Are those like Lysol wipes?
That it is. It's Lysol wipes. So COVID is bad.
Muslim prayer rooms. That's an oxymoron if I've ever heard.
Kind of demonic gender neutral prayer rooms. There is so many hypocrisies, illiterate ignorance in that one statement. Gender, as people of faith, how does that make you feel? Go back. I want to see the sign. Go back. I want to see the sign. Go back. All the way back. Right there. Gender neutral prayer room.
I didn't know there was gender divided prayer rooms. Is there such thing as a men's prayer room?
No. Well, there shouldn't be.
Exactly. Also, I want to know, anywhere I am is my prayer room.
Yeah.
Prayer rooms are important, but for them to have this at a convention center, if I want to pray to God, wherever I am, I'm going to pray.
What?
This is so useless. Who
is so demonically evil that they even come up with this idea? That they're like, you know what? We should have a prayer room. But to be inclusive of everyone, let's make it a gender neutral prayer room. Because that's in the Bible.
Yeah. Well, number one, no real Christian is going in there. And number two, Muslims would kill people or the radical ones would murder for that right there. Like they've got that all up.
Well, I mean, this is coming from a party who's saying pro-choice and pro-women and whatnot, but they don't have a specific restroom for women. It's all gender neutral.
Yeah, they know what a man is.
Yeah.
And then everybody else.
The hypocrisy there is just outstanding.
All right, so our friend Charlie Kirk somehow got credentials to show up at the DNC convention. I don't know how him and Andrew in this thing got it, but they got it and they're there. And this just shows you the accosting. Now, look, I was at the RNC convention. And like I said, Chris Wallace and all these other people from MSNBC and everybody were walking around me the whole time. I never once even acknowledged their freaking existence because I don't have anything to say to these scum buckets of humans. Okay. Do I believe them to be that way? Yes. But the difference was we did not accost these people. Here's Charlie just trying to walk. Here we go.
Affected by it? Is that pro-life, Charlie? Do you believe in giving children food? Do you believe in giving children food, Charlie? What about welfare programs? Charlie. Pro-life means protecting them after they're born, Charlie. Not just forcing women to give birth and then dying in the process, Charlie. So you believe we should... That's more profane than any language I've used, Charlie. That's the party of joy. The profane, the bigot. Why are you even here?
The pro-faith, the bigot. Why are you here?
I would like to recant my statement about me and Tony going. I would have been cool. But if you watch the very beginning, as soon as that hand would have touched my shoulder, he'd have been eating food through a straw for the rest of his life.
Well, and you would have gone to jail for the rest of your life because you'd have been in Chicago. All right, this is him. This is Charlie just looking around, and I believe that this guy he's talking to has some kind of, like, is he a delegate or something like that?
No, I think this is the one where the Megan Thee Stallion white boy that was dancing all doofus.
Yeah, no, that's great, but go up to the top. DNC. Okay, so maybe he's an influencer.
He's
or
just
something.
another like Harry Sisson.
All right, play it. Watch it.
Because we have a Republican governor and a Republican Secretary of State in the state of Georgia.
What's your name? You said Parker?
My name's Parker. We have a Republican governor and a Republican Secretary of State in Georgia that approved our elections, and Donald Trump said that wasn't constitutional.
Relax.
Donald Trump tried to undermine our Constitution.
You're at 10. I just walked in. I'm here to just learn.
Hey, you're an anti-patriotic, anti-constitutional person crashing our party because you tried to stop our democracy.
I got one question.
Donald Trump called the Secretary of State of Georgia and told him to find him some votes.
What is a woman?
Oh my God. That is so fucking weird, y'all. Maybe you should meet one.
And Charlie says, I'm married to a woman and I have 2 kids. But they say it's weird, but he can't answer the question. No. And we just showed you that go back to the bathrooms. We just showed you that at the DNC there's no female bathrooms. There's a men's restroom and a gender neutral restroom. Yeah. And the dude can't even answer the question about what is a what. Anyway, his name's Parker. Apparently, I've never heard of this guy.
That's Harry Sisson's Brokeback Mountain right there.
Here's another thing that was weird about the influencer that showed up to the DNC. I've never heard of any of them, like none. Like we know Harry Sisson Girl Pants, but other than that, like I got nothing. Like I saw, like my Twitter feed was just blasted with DNC stuff, and I saw all these DNC influencers. I've never heard of a single one of these people, like none of them
except
at
for
all.
Mark Hamill.
They all hate me, and they all know me, and like even Logan Paul hates me. Like he blocked me a long time ago. These people know who we are. I've never heard of these people a day in my freaking life. Anyway, talk about the ultimate cringe. Let's get to Kamala Harris's in public only husband. This is him practicing for his entrance, for his speech. Here we go.
This was okay.
It looks like that Australian breakdancer in the Olympics.
Okay, just
the cringiest.
Who has to practice walking out? That's the easiest part of a speech. Who practices walking? Who practices that?
Joe Biden.
Who practices waving at people? Like who needs to practice this stuff?
I wish the camera would have panned and it saw him doing this, and there was nobody looking at him. Like there was nobody there. He was just on the stage by himself.
Cricket.
All right. Okay, all right. We got a lot of stuff to talk about, and man, we're already 48 minutes.
We're going off the rails today.
All right. Okay. Prepare your heart and your soul and your ear holes. Okay? Because everything that we're going to play you from now on, it's horrible. I don't know how else to say it. This is not good. And probably for the rest of this week, it's just going to be horrible and us rebutting the evil lies that are taking place in Chicago right now. But this is where we remind you to hit that like button, hit that share button. Here we go. Let's just start it off. Let's just, let's just play it.
Please don't.
Yeah.
The air of joy and freedom is up on us. And now
did she just say up on us?
Up on us.
To seize it.
To seize it.
God bless you.
They showed the only corner where there was people at this point.
Yeah, the era.
Look, you can still see empty seats.
The era of joy and freedom is up on us.
Up on us, baby.
Not upon us. It's up on us. And it's up to us to seize it. I can't with these people, man. All right. Speaking of weird voices, and I don't know anything about this lady. Maybe she had some kind of vocal cord surgery. Maybe there's some kind of thing I don't know about.
Oh, my.
And if so, I apologize in advance. Because when I first heard this voice, I was like, oh, she, voice cracked a little bit there. And then as it proceeded, I realized, oh, this is a human. Okay, let's play it.
I am April Barrett, and I am the president of SEIU. workers. We're for Kamala Harris because Kamala Harris has always been all in for us.
There we go. Bring it down.
Vice President Harris joined fast food workers on the picket line, and she walked a day in the shoes of a home care worker. She shares our vision for a modern-day labor movement.
She does okay when she's low octave.
That meets the needs of workers in the 21st century and an economy that is ready for the future. It is going to be together that we write new rules to make it easier for all workers to join a union. And we are going to build a younger, darker, hipper, fresher, sneaker-wearing labor movement.
And she's got to hear it, right? She's got to hear herself.
That lady just opened herself up to memes all over the place, man.
Oh my gosh, that's the funniest thing. She's got to be able to hear it.
It's the high octave, man.
Only dogs can hear her.
He's like, Kamala Harris is...
Everybody within a 3-block radius that has a dog, all their dogs are like running all around the house, like, oh, God. All right. This is something about, I guess this is Kamala Harris's best friend.
Yeah.
Which again is weird to me. Like, that's weird. Like, I got a lot of people that are real close in my life. If I was accepting the nomination for president of the United States, I don't know if I would let any of those people say anything about me.
I promise you I wouldn't be invited.
No, I'm telling you right.
Would you let Todd speak?
No. Under zero circumstances.
I would definitely be on stage. Yep.
You'd be able to do it before me.
I would even be terrified to let Alyssa speak. I'd be like, hold on now.
Oh, yeah, that's fair.
Let's talk about this.
That's legit right there.
All right, play it. Play the clip.
If you're lucky enough to be her friend, she calls you on her birthday, and sometimes she sings to you.
If you on her birthday?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
not
awful.
on your birthday, on her birthday.
Happy birthday.
What
Good
is
evening.
with all of these people's voices? Play that again. Don't talk. Listen to her voice.
You're lucky enough to be her friend. She calls you on her birthday, and sometimes she sings to you.
You want to know what it is? We all watch too much
call
Pixar.
me.
They've all become cartoon characters.
No, that's the demon Abaddon coming out of all of them. But I'm telling you now, Graham, if you call me on your birthday and start singing, I'm just hanging up the phone.
Sing to you. Sing to you on my birthday.
Yeah.
If you're lucky enough to be her friend, and she'll call you on her birthday. All right, let's jump a little bit because we are running short on time. Let's get to AOC. Last night was AOC's time to shine, and let's play you a true poet here. This is AOC. Let's play it.
In Kamala Harris, I see a leader who understands. I see a leader with a real commitment to a better future for working families. And Chicago, we have to help her win. Because we know that Donald Trump would sell this country for $1 if it meant lining his own pockets and greasing the palms of his Wall Street friends. And I, for one, am tired of hearing about how a two-bit union buster thinks of himself as more of a patriot than the woman who fights every single day to lift working people out from under the boots of greed, trampling on our way of life.
Way of life.
Why?
On our way of life.
Those are the hands, the Jello hands.
And you notice she said woman, but there's no woman bathroom.
Also, she said Trump would sell the country for $1 to line his own pockets.
He was just shot in the face. He was just shot in the face, you moron.
Biden is up for $27 million, investigated for $27 million right now. And Donald Trump didn't even take a salary when he was president. He donated his entire salary.
No, exactly. If he was going to sell the country to line his pockets, I don't think it'd be for $1. It's a stupid statement all around.
Yesterday we had that Latin panty throwing girl, and today we have this Latin idiot on. I mean, why is it? What's going on with the Latinos nowadays, man?
Bro, that's why I'm taking my medication in the morning instead of at night now. Like this whole week, I'm medding up.
All right, this is her playing a victim. Let's play this.
You know, ever since I got elected, Republicans have attacked me by saying that I should go back to bartending.
Yes,
because you're an idiot.
100%.
But let me tell you, I'm happy to any day of the week because there is nothing wrong with working for a living.
Nobody said there was anything wrong with being a bartender. We're just saying that you were better at being a bartender. That's all we're saying. All right, and this is the scary part. And again, we've said it for a long time that come 2028 and all this other kind of stuff, AOC is going to continue to rise, and you'll hear it right here with the AOC chant. Play it.
Thank you, Chicago, for your energy. Thank you, Kamala Harris and Tim Walz, for your vision.
Get used to hearing that.
Thank you.
Get used to hearing it. Get used to hearing
Dude, if
that.
this idiot of a person can go into politics, I might as well throw my head in the ring too. I mean, I'm
telling you. I'm running for governor of Mississippi.
Instead of yes, we can, it's Mexican we can win.
Hey, that's good. I like that.
All right. This is a weird one. It's Trump's a scab chant breaks out, which you want to talk about weird. Look at this pedophile right here. I'm telling you. All right. If you looked up what does a pedophile look like?
Ain't that Jared from Subway?
All right, play it. This is Trump's a scab. What does that even mean?
Union scab.
I think it means when you pick him off, he just grows right back.
Yeah, but you know, a scab's a necessary part of the body's healing process. That's all I'm saying, you know. So that's kind of dumb. If you don't get a scab, that's not good. I mean, you're not healing properly. Yeah. But either way, I digress. This is the difference between the DNC and the RNC. He tries to copycat Hulk Hogan. Let's play it.
The great American poet, Nelly. It's getting hot in here.
Nelly? Oh, dude, come on, man.
Enough was enough. And I said, let Trumpomania run wild, brother. Let Trumpomania rule again. Let Trumpomania make America great again.
Dude.
The teacher from Ferris Bueller just quote Nelly. Like
the great American poet Nelly. I hate to break it to you, dog. Nelly is voting for Donald Trump. I hate to tell you.
For real. 100%.
Nelly is voting for Donald Trump. All right. Let's see here. Let's say this is someone saying that Kamala Harris was like hit with a rock as a kid.
Childhood friend.
Which honestly explains a lot. You know, if we really think about it, it's like Tommy Boy. Did you eat paint chips as a kid? You know, like, yeah, why? Just first of all, this lady on the left, them glasses, I can't.
That's Harry Carey's like
cousin. Those are some prescriptions, dog. Like those are some straight.
Harry Carey's. This Will Ferrell.
She's her own metal detector. She could just.
Yeah, I watched this whole thing with them too. It was very awkward the way they were going back and forth with each other. There was like a 2-second pause between both of them speaking. It was
That's because it was scripted.
Awkward.
All right, let's play it. Let's listen to this poetry.
Sure. One day at school, we made clay art projects during story time when they were outside on tables to dry. For whatever reason, a boy in our class took mine, threw it on the ground, and it shattered. Kamala jumped in between him and me and said something that made him so mad, he picked up a rock or something and hit her on the head. Blood came streaming down. The school called Shamala to come take her to the hospital. The stitches she got left a scar over one of her eyes. She still has it.
So we're talking about something that happened before nap time in kindergarten?
One time I rode a bike. And I flipped that bike, and it hit me in the head, and I had to go get stitches.
Yeah, one time me and Graham had to hide in the woods because we were shooting fireworks in the middle of town.
What a stupid...
So because she got a scar, she's qualified to run for president.
This is what I'm saying. This shows her bravery is what they're trying to do. But again, who lets their childhood friends speak on the convention of which you're fixing to accept the presidential nomination for your party? I love the people that are close in my life. The answer is no. Like, no one does this. No one. And the only way it does is if they are also either politicians or professional speakers. Like, you know what I mean?
So I do have a chance.
Professional speaker. Hold on now. I think we're jumping just a bit.
Are they trying to humanize her? Because obviously she has no policies. She's a complete moron. And I mean, what are they trying to do with letting all these people speak? You're right, Graham.
I don't know.
I don't.
Newsflash: Kamala Harris was a child at one point.
Yeah. Hello.
What?
Hello.
So was Hitler. What are we talking
Nobody's
about?
talking about what she was doing when she was attorney general or the attorney in California. They're going to kindergarten because that was the last time she was somewhat human.
That was her peak innocence.
Yes, peak right there. That was before Montel ruined her.
All right.
Right before she peaked with something else. Yeah.
All right. Next is Kamala shocking them by walking out on day one, which is such a lie. Everybody does this. They're there the entire week. Donald Trump every day at 7 p.m. walked out at the RNC convention. This was not a surprise. This was not a shock. This was not her saying, I love you all so much, I'm going to walk out. But to an eruption, and like we said, to be fair, I mean, no rational person thought that it wasn't going to fill up by this point. Here she is on her walk.
Can we just stop for a second and just think about her 4 or 5 weeks ago and how big a sheep they are on the left, on the left over there? How just mind-blowing it is that 4 weeks ago, this lady was nowhere. She was absolutely nowhere, and the media has turned her into the next messiah for them.
Well, this is all about optics.
That's it.
Okay, the people that are in that room are the bluest of the blue Democrats. So, of course, she's going to come out to thunderous applause. Okay, the same argument can be made about Donald Trump at the RNC convention. The question is, how many people were watching online? Which we don't have those numbers yet, but I'm sure we'll figure it out because I'm curious about that. But let's listen to her talk. She is reading from a teleprompter, it looks like, in a lot of this.
Well, this
stuff.
was early, right? This was early?
Yeah. And
so she hadn't got into like her seventh.
Yeah, this is the like a bunch of good evenings again, I believe. Yeah. Let's play it.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Good evening. It is so good to be with everyone this evening in this hall and everyone at home. This is going to be a great week.
I can't.
And I want to kick us off by celebrating our incredible president, Joe Biden.
You mean Delaware?
Who will be speaking later tonight. Joe, thank you for your historic leadership, for your lifetime of service to our nation.
And we already know this is a lie. CNN covered this earlier.
100%.
This dude didn't drop out on his own accord. You were behind the whole thing to jump this dude out. All right, let's go ahead and get to Satan's mistress, Hillary Clinton. Good Lord.
Man, if Abaddon was a person, there it is.
I had to wonder, what no soul in a human looks like.
I'm sorry, Graham, but this show keeps getting from bad to worse. Man.
I told you it's bad. I warned everyone.
Be thankful that Sam and Dean aren't in the crowd.
Watch on your own accord and don't get mad at me for bringing you this. All right, this Hillary Clinton. Let's go through it here. Let's go. Thank you.
Thank you all so much.
Thank you all
Expecting the phone to shoot out.
Thank you, my friend. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Martha Stewart and Satan.
All right, pause. We get it. All right, they love Hillary Clinton. Okay.
Is it really a minute 41?
Well, they have to, because if they don't, she'll kill them.
Yeah. So let's get to Hillary Clinton talking about 2016. Like I said, we're already an hour and 7 minutes into this thing. We're not done. Let's go. Gosh. All right. Look at that.
And then there was 2016, when it was the honor of my life to accept our party's nomination for president.
And get your skull dragged.
And nearly 66 million Americans voted for a future where there are no ceilings on our dreams.
And you still lost.
And afterwards, we refused to give up on America. Millions marched, many ran for office. We kept our eyes on the future. Well, my friends, the future is here.
Oh, gosh. Pause.
Man.
What does that say? What does that shirt say, Tony? Luina? Leona?
Why is it got to be?
Sure.
Is that Spanish? What is that?
I don't know.
Why do you look at me like it's crazy for me to ask you what does that shirt say? That's not English.
Tony, you're supposed to confirm if that's Spanish or not.
I'm going to make something up. That says I am gay for Harris Walls. There you go.
All right. This is Jamie Raskin, arguably who had some of the worst moments of the night.
Oh, wait. There's one more about her talking about his trials.
Okay. All right. Chance of lock him up come in, which, again, they're going to try September 18th. But go ahead.
Donald Trump fell asleep at his own trial. And when he woke up, he made his own kind of history. The first person to run for president with 34 felony convictions.
Why are they all so ugly?
As vice president,
Can you go back to that woman with the thumbs down, please? Look, people like, Grant, that's not very Christian of you. Why are they all hideous?
She definitely was not born in America. That's for
Why are all of these left-leaning people, as J.D. Vance would say, hideous, childless cat ladies? Why? Why are they all ugly? Why?
Exhausting to have to constantly lie, and when you worship Satan, it ages you, man.
I'm telling you, why do they all look like this? All right, we got to get moving. Go to Jamie Raskin here. All right, this is the teleprompter incident, but then he does something even worse after this. Play it.
Someone should have told Donald Trump that the president's job under Article 2 of the Constitution Someone should have told Donald Trump.
So in other words, somebody didn't put the move button on the teleprompter, and this dude's reading straight from a thing. But he does go on to say something horrible.
Worst of the night.
And this is terrible. Play it.
Hey, J.D. Vance, do you understand why there was a sudden job opening for running mate on the GOP ticket? They tried to kill your predecessor.
Yep.
And they're all clapping for it.
He said, wait. He said they tried to. You guys tried to.
You. What are you talking about? You did it. Anyway, all right. Let's get into Biden. Actually, Jill first. I think we've got Jill Biden first. A woman who should be arrested for elder abuse. Here's Jill Biden. Let's just play it. It's bad, so just play it.
Placing his hand on our family.
What is that? Go back just a little bit. Zoom out just a little too. Like zoom out. Did she say with humility, or is that saying with humility applause?
Placing.
I think it's captions. I think she said with humility.
Okay, all right,
then
okay.
They applaud.
I thought that was like, are they teleprompting that they're applauding with humility? Like, is that okay? All right, my bad. I was highly confused. All right, let's go. Play.
His hand on our family Bible to take his oath of office.
And burned his fingerprints off.
And weeks ago, when I saw him dig deep into his soul and decide to no longer seek re-election and endorse Kamala Harris.
That's made of touch screen or something? What is that?
He had to dig very far to find a soul because there ain't one in there. Okay, so we all know that's a lie as well. But let's go ahead and get to Biden. This was his, and shout out to Colin Rugg for literally mashing this up. So instead of enduring the entire speech, we just have like the highlights.
Oh, thank goodness.
So it's chopped up, but it's the highlights. If this was the eulogy, this was him also throwing the dirt on his own casket. Because not only was it filled with lies, inaccuracies, proven faults, even Snopes and fact checkers across the world have disproved everything he says. He has legit breakdowns that is truly painful to watch. Ladies and gentlemen, watch on your own. Here we go. Play it.
Women are not without electoral.
Don't you miss that?
Go back. No, do it again. That is a break of all breaks.
Electrical. Women are electrical.
Women are out of electricity. Lick them.
And we got
all right, play it. Play
Women
it again.
are not without electoral.
Circuiting.
Border encounters have dropped over 50%. In fact, there are fewer border crossings today than when Donald Trump left office. Donald Trump said.
Oh, wait, he said border encounters dropped 50%.
Border
what
cross.
does that mean?
Yeah.
Like literally, the Border Patrol encounters people like coming across the border, like an encounter.
It's just kind of a weird way to word it.
However, he could have meant real aliens. I mean, who knows what he thinks he's talking about at this point. Play it.
And I quote, "There are very fine people on both sides. My God." That's what he said.
No, he didn't.
That is what he said and what he meant.
No,
from his own chief of staff, a 4-star General John Kelly, that Trump, when in Europe, would not go to the grave sites in France.
One of those
brave service members who gave their lives to this country. He called them suckers and losers.
That's also
Who in
a
the
lie.
hell does he think he is?
That's also a lie.
Who does he think he is?
That's
They're the ones we're going to bring back. That's not hyperbole. It's because Medicare no longer has to pay those exorbitant prices to the big pharma. Republicans, Democrats. We saved democracy in 2020, and now we must save it again in 2024. You know, we have 1,000 billionaires in America.
1,000 trillion
He's
billionaires.
promising a bloodbath if he loses, in his words.
Again,
Women.
Completely false. Completely done. Ladies and gentlemen, believe it or not, that's the best parts of the speech. It only got worse from there, and we're just going to save you. Even so, that this was the cover of the New York Post this morning. past his bedtimes. Dems deliver final insult by pushing Biden's angry, bitter speech to midnight. See, and I want everybody to realize this, of how they are humiliating him in real time. Jesse Waters alluded to it. Oh, comment below. Do you believe, A, that Kamala Harris covered up Joe Biden's mental decline for the past 3.5 years? Yes 100%. Or no? B, do you believe that Joe Biden was forced out? Yes or no? Comment in the chat right now. Jesse Waters alluded to it. The first day is the worst speaking spot. The worst one. It's you are the lowest level on the worst day. And then the higher and more important you are, the closer and closer you speak. What would have made sense would be to have President Biden speak on the final day introducing Kamala Harris as the nominee because he is stepping aside. That would have been the actual way to do it.
Not Adam Kinzinger.
The fact that they have this man doing it on a Monday, the fact that he is not attending her actual coronation, if you will. He's in California right now on vacation, probably until after the election. I don't know if we'll see Joe Biden at the White House again. There was those weird U-Haul truck photos at the White House yesterday. Yeah. That was weird.
I mean, let's be real. He's been on vacation since he died. So
correct. You know, he hasn't been alive for, at least 12 years. Either way, the point is, this was a humiliation ritual is what this was. And we talk about that within Hollywood and within the music industry, these humiliation rituals that they get people to do. This was like this was not a send-off of a great man who has done this thing. This was a public execution is what it was. And everything I've told you, there's so much in optics in politics. It makes no sense for the sitting president of the United States to speak on Monday. It's really, really, really insane what's going on.
I asked you that the other day, Graham. Why did they have him speaking on Monday and why don't they save the big hitters for Thursday or at least Biden?
We'll never see him in public again.
I don't think so either. I don't think
again,
we will.
If this was a send-off for Joe Biden, don't you think that they would have Joe Biden's friends speaking about him? I don't think anybody talked about Joe Biden except for Kamala Harris.
Well, also, this shows you how quickly everything happened. In their little program of all of the points of stuff that the new the administration will do, it all said the Biden-Harris. They didn't have time to change out the Harris-Walz administration. It all just said it 21 times or something like that. Yeah. Not a single mention of Christianity in any of their policies, any of the thing. True. Not a single American flag in that dang place, and filled with nothing but demons. Ladies and gentlemen, that's what we got. That's our review of night one of what we're calling Hell Week, because that is where we are. Exactly. I cannot wait to see what happens tonight. It will be
Mike Tyson speaking tonight.
It will be interesting to see what happens. I don't know how they topped last night, but it's supposed to get bigger and better as the time goes. That's what they say. It's supposed to be bigger and better. So we shall see what happens. At this moment, let's go ahead and pray this thing out, because that's the show, ladies and gentlemen. We remind you to hit that like button. Please go back and comment in the comment section. Do you believe that Joe Biden was forced out? Do you believe that Kamala Harris knew of his mental decline the entire time? And do you believe Kamala Harris was the key de facto person behind it? It is starting to look more and more that way. Todd, pray us out. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Father, we just thank you for giving us four men the platform that we have to be able to come out here and speak to thousands of people, not just to give the truth, but also to have the ability to stand up here and mention your name, and just get your love, grace, and mercy out there to as many souls as we can, because that's the business that we're in, Father. As we've seen last night, Lord, our country is in bad shape. It's in need of you more than ever. So we ask that you do what only you can do, and do save and change the hearts and minds of the people throughout this country, if it's in your will. And if it's not in your will, then help us to be the ones to accept it and just continue to honor you and put you first in everything that we do. Father, we love you. We thank you for your son, Jesus, that sacrificed himself on the cross so that we could all spend eternity with you. And Lord, we ask all these things in your son's name, and all God's people said,
Amen.
Amen.
All right, let's do super questions. Let's do it.
Here we go from the Patriot Paladin. Good morning, guys. An honest question to the souls of demons NC. What is the purpose? Why destroy what we have? They have to live here too. What will it take for the people to stand up against them? You got to remember, man, Satan comes to steal, kill, and destroy. That's it. It's really that simple. Doesn't matter if he has to live here or not. That's the goal.
Yeah, correct. What will it take for people to stand up against them? I mean, that is the main question of everything you just said. I don't know. Like, what is it going to take for people to stand like we stand? Me and Tony talk about this every day. Me and Todd talk about this every day. We know so many people that are Republicans that do nothing. That one of my wife's best friends, love her to death. Like, she could not even, I don't even think she knew that the DNC was last night. You know what I'm saying? Like there's so many people that are just, they have no idea. What day is the election again? Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, there's just so many people that just don't pay attention to this stuff. Mm-hmm. You know, I equate it to people that don't pay any attention to the weather at all. And they like, oh my gosh, a tornado. Well, yeah, they've been talking about it all freaking day. What are you talking about? Like, it's those people. Like, I woke up and there was snow outside this morning. You didn't check the weather last night? Like, I mean, you know, I don't know. There's still so many of those just truly ignorant people out there. And ignorant's not a bad word. It just means that you just truly don't know.
Yeah.
And I think that there's just a lot of ignorant people out there. And I think that Democrats pay much more attention. I do. On a national scale, I think 100%. They pay much better attention.
100%. Jesse Paz 94, do you guys think Trump should reach out to the protesters and say he can stop the war in the Middle East if they vote for him, because Biden or Harris hasn't done anything?
He's already done that. Yeah, he's already said that he would end it like that if he actually could. You know what I mean? Like, but he's not the president.
You can't reason with crazy.
No.
I mean, you can't. There's no talking to these
people. And even if he did, they wouldn't be happy about it. So.
No. Constantine, is the DNC going to January 6th themselves in Chicago, either skip counting the delegates for Kamala or everyone vote for her to get along and ease tensions, maybe end days early and blame the right wing?
Well, but it's not the right wing people that are doing it. You know, it's the Free Palestinian people that are the protesters. And so...
You really throw that at us.
Yeah, you know, so no, I think that we're witnessing the atmosphere that the left has created. The left, it's kind of like Frankenstein. You know, Dr. Frankenstein creates his monster, you know, and then eventually the monster gets out of control and then he has no more control of the monster anymore. Well, that's the left. The left has created this atmosphere of everything is whatever you want it to be, and right is only in the context of what you believe, you know, and all this stuff. And you can do whatever you want, be whatever you want.
As a kitten and pee in a litter box.
And so now you've got these Free Palestinian. A lot of them are illegal immigrants into the country that have manipulated the minds of primarily stupid white people that are joining with them, and they've got a monster that they can't control because they're bombarding their parades as well. But here's what I will say is on this, because I was at the RNC. I'm obviously not at the DNC. There was none of that crap at the RNC. None of it at all. And so you just look at it like when you operate under the laws of chaos, you get chaos. And that's what you're seeing.
Facts. Patriot Paladin 127. I don't understand how people's hate of President Trump would allow them to vote for a worsening United States. Hag Harris will kill our country, but hey, so long as it isn't Donald Trump, right? Sad. It's because people don't vote policy. They don't. And
Correct.
you couple that with, I guarantee you, to counter Graham's point a minute ago, there are stupid people in this country that on November 5th, when they see Harris instead of Biden, they're going to be confused.
Yeah.
They're going to click it anyway because that's just what they do.
Yeah. I agree.
Plague Runner 63. While Biden was speaking, everything seemed fake. The way the camera angles were done, the crowd, what I saw looked like a movie rather than an event used to make us feel an emotion. I just got sick.
Like I kept saying, there was something about the entire night that just felt off. Something about it just felt off. And you know, I can only equate it to evil is the only thing I can equate it to.
100%. Lewis 2387. Good morning, y'all. Where can I watch the DNC without having to watch it through these stupid networks, MSNBC, CNN, etc.? I fell asleep trying to watch it on the dumb MSNBC.
I believe RSBN is streaming it. I believe, and so RSBN's a good one. So go check those guys out. They're good friends of ours. RSBN's doing it.
Yeah. Patriot Paladin 127. These Demoncratic sheeple notice that these morons that come to Charlie and others won't have the, cojones to do this when there isn't a group of sheeple around them. They will run when resistance is met.
That's true. That's true.
That's what they do. Mm-hmm. Pinkish Duck 6578. Do you have thoughts on the phone company Unplugged? I'm dedicating myself to rediscovering my faith for my husband and my child. Your channel has been a big help in this. Keep being awesome, everyone.
The phone company Unplugged. No, I've never. I'm not familiar. I appreciate you saying those kind words, and of course, we love to hear that you are dedicating yourself to rediscovering your faith. Yeah, I think that's great, and so thank you for those kind words.
Patriot Paladin again. I swear these are not people. These are demons trying to fit into their flesh suits, adjust their vocal cords, and figure out how to walk with human feet instead of cloven hooves.
Maybe so.
Here's a good one. 1220 Stephen 1488. Skid Mark Todd for president. Yeah, thanks.
Appreciate I like it. Skid Mark Todd.
It's a wonderful. Go good on a sign. Patriot Paladin 127. Did the woman in purple just say Shamala? I feel like she meant to call her a sham. However,
is Kamala's mom's name Shamala?
I don't know.
Look up Kamala Harris's mom. Because if not, you're right. Then that was like a weird thing. So, because she said Shamala to come pick her up.
It's Shamala.
Okay, there you go. Yeah, it's her mom.
Shamala.
Shamala.
Like a ShamWow. The Wolf 092. All I remember DEI standing for is Dale Earnhardt Incorporated. RIP number 3. You right, buddy.
Man, that's a redneck right there. Dang.
It's pretty
Dang.
awesome.
Don't you dare talk about number 3.
Yeah. You get killed over that.
Yeah, you will.
RM8731. Maybe her childhood friends were speaking because she couldn't get enough qualified speakers to come support her.
Dude, I'm telling you, there are a lot of people that were not there. Uncle Fester's not there. Josh Shapiro turned it down. The guy who was going to be the VP until she found out he was Jewish and she hates, Jews and was like, nope.
Yep, facts. Jenny A. 18. No denying Biden had a stroke. Obvious left side facial droop and left-sided no mouth movement. Was waiting for him to stroke out again on stage. Why all the yelling? Oh, because that's what Alzheimer's patients do.
That's what old people do. It's not even just Alzheimer's. It's just extremely old people. And then you couple it with Alzheimer's or dementia or whatever. I mean, that's what they do. They get angry.
Just 80813. Todd, your first hot seat should be Tom McDonald. Bro, if I could pull that off, I would in a heartbeat. I love that guy. Oh, Randall J. All. Got it right this time. 150 for my son's school shoes. Same shoes, $100 last year, $75 the year before. Bidenomics hard at work.
Mm-hmm. Straight up.
Dude, that happened to me yesterday. I went to go buy some sheetrock anchors for my daughter's house that we just helped her move in. And Last year I bought some anchors that were like $7, and yesterday when I bought them, they were $13.
Mm-hmm.
Same exact box. I could not believe it.
Well, we showed the guy $7 for a pack of Oreos the other day. So
it's bad down here, man. We pay higher grocery bills than anybody in the country right now. Angela Durham, 67, would love to see the Hells Angels blocking that wall of crazies in Chicago. LOL.
I don't think they're going to go there. I wouldn't. Be like, and pass.
That's a good question. 116 Drummer Boy, best American-made holster.
We the People Holsters are doing a good job.
Yeah.
AP4 Tactical's doing they're a smaller company. They're doing a good job. Check them out.
Unplugged by FYI, unplugged phone. That's Eric Prince's phone service.
Oh, yeah. I don't know enough about it.
And that's all from Rumble.
We have a few YouTube.
All right, YouTube. Let's see what's up. All right. I guess this is Elaine. Just swapped an old puppet for a somewhat hat younger puppet. Can't believe the puppet master can't see how pitiful she is. Thanks for watching the debacle for us. Yep. Well, we subject ourselves
twice, not once, twice.
Constant inner soul turmoil for you, the people. We are very tired, everyone. We are very sad all the time. We're all on antidepressants.
We're depressed all the time.
We're all in very
y'all
bad.
should see us pre-show. I mean, we're screaming at each other.
Very bad shape, all of us.
I am cussing in Spanish. And,
Yep. All right, next. This is from Garrett on YouTube. Them making that guy with ALS try and speak on stage with disgrace. Oh, yeah, it was. That's why we didn't show it.
Yeah.
Absolutely abuseful. It was totally abusive, not abuseful. Totally disgusting and disrespectful. Absolutely agree. That's why we didn't show it. Absolute depravity is what it was.
Last one.
This is from Caitlin. I love y'all. Keep up the amazing work. I don't know if y'all seen Judge Joe Brown interview about Kamala.
Yeah, we have.
Kamala a month ago, but I believe she covered a lot, and it's crazy. God bless. Absolutely. And I think Trump and them have something on her, too, that they're waiting to drop as well. So, all right, that was day one. Today will be day two, and so you guys are figuring out how this week is going to go. So if you don't want to watch the debauchery, we'll see you here, same time, same place, 9 a.m. Eastern time. Make sure to hit that like button for us. Make sure to hit that follow button for us. Tony, say goodbye.
Hasta mañana, everybody.
Royce.
Adios.
And Todd.
Love you, miss you, mean it.
And as always, I'm Graham Allen. Stay awake, not woke. Trust in God, not the government. And as always, stay free.